Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to answer if I think ChargePoint stock is a buy, a hold, or a sell. To answer the question, I'm going to look at revenue, profits, cash flow, and valuation. So let's jump right in, starting with revenue. And looking at ChargePoint's trailing 12-month revenue over the years, you can see that revenue growth is not an issue for this company, with revenue starting at around 120 million around 2021. That's increased almost five-fold to 558 million. And remember, right now, only or less than 10% of vehicles sold worldwide are electric vehicles. That's expected to grow significantly to 2030 and to 2040. And if that's going to increase, we're going to need way more charging stations than we have right now. And so ChargePoint will be one of the companies to benefit from that tailwind of increasing demand for charging stations. Nevertheless, just because demand is going to increase and the company can generate revenue doesn't mean necessarily that it can do this effectively. And what do I mean by that? Effectively meaning profitably, right? You're investing in a company for profits because that's what you get as a shareholder. You're entitled to a share of the company's profits. So it's not just revenue that you're interested in, you're interested in that revenue turning into profits. And ChargePoint was making very nice progress in that regard. Its operating profit margin negative 88% around November of 2022 for the trailing 12-month period. That improved all the way up to negative 64% through May of 2023. However, that progress has reversed in recent months down to negative 65.3%. Hopefully, management can steer this company in the right direction and get those profit margins moving higher again. Although I don't mind companies having negative profit margins, so long as they demonstrate what ChargePoint was demonstrating up until May of 2023, and that is making progress towards profitability as they increase revenue, meaning that each incremental sale is making them more and more profitable, not the other way around, which is what's happening with ChargePoint since May through July, August of 2023. Now, cash flow from operations for ChargePoint is heading in the wrong direction, not showing the kind of progress the company is showing in its profit margin. And you can see its cash flow from operations falling from around 160 million down all the way to 324 million negative in its most recent trailing 12-month period. So not going in the right direction here for cash flow from operations in any point in the last 3 years. And the operating profit margin was heading in the right direction, and now that's stalled. So these are troubling trends for ChargePoint stock investors. And with those kinds of losses, I like to check to see how much cash the company has. And ChargePoint has about 233 million cash and equivalents. So it's not in any near-term danger of running out of cash. By near term, I mean over the next 3 to 6 months. But if it continues at this pace, it's going to need to raise more money, either through borrowing more or selling more equity. And so you would hope to see the company make good progress over the next 3 months and the 6 months, because it's going to be increasingly important for the company to negotiate in a position of strength when it goes to raise more equity or raise more cash through sales of equity or to borrow money, as compared to negotiating from a position of desperation. If it doesn't hit any milestones and its cash balance dwindles, it's going to have to pay higher prices in order to raise money. So these next few months are going to be increasingly important for ChargePoint stock investors and ChargePoint as a company. And finally, I wanted to look at valuation, and the stock price is reflecting the company's diminishing prospects over the last 6 months. You can see the valuation is down significantly from a peak. It used to sell at a forward price to sales of over 9. It's now selling at a fraction of that valuation at a forward price to sales of just 2.3. Still, I don't think this is a buying opportunity. So if I was to answer, is the stock a buy, sell, or a hold? I would say it's closer to a hold. I would not say it's a buy. I think the company needs to return to that progress, improving its profit margin and turning things around in terms of cash flow from operations before I could recommend this stock as a buy.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.